Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Chapter 8. The Quidditch World Cup. Clutching their purchases, Mr. Weasley and the lead, they all hurried into the wood, following the lantern-lit trail. They could hear the sounds of thousands of people moving around them, shots of laughter, snatches of singing. The atmosphere of feverish excitement was highly infectious. Harry couldn't stop grinning. They walked through the wood for 20 minutes, talking and joking loudly, until at last they emerged on the other side and found themselves in the shadow of a gigantic stadium. So Harry could see only a fraction of the immense gold walls surrounding the field. He could tell that 10 cathedrals would fit comfortably inside it. "That's 100,000, said Mr. Weasley, spotting the overtrack look on Harry's face. Ministry task force of 500 have been working on it all year. Muggle-repelling charms of every inch of it. Every time Muggles have got anywhere near here all years, they suddenly remembered ungranted appointments and had to dash away again. Bless them, he added, fondly leading the way towards the nearest entrance, which was already supported by a swarm of shouting witches and wizards. "Prime seats," said the Ministry Witch and the enters when they checked their tickets. "Top box, straight up stairs, Arthur, and high as you can go." The stairs into the stadium were carpeted in rich purple. They clambered upward with the rest of the crowd, which slowly filtered away through doors in the stands to their left and right. Mr. Weasley's party kept climbing, and at last they reached the top of the staircase and found themselves in a small box, set at the highest point of the stadium and situated exactly halfway between the golden goalposts. About 20 purple and gilt chairs stood in 2 rows here, and Harry, filling into the front seats with the Weasleys, looking down upon a scene the likes of which he could never have imagined. 100,000 witches and wizards were taking their place in the seats, which rose in level along a wall field. Everything was suffused with a mysterious golden light, which seemed to come from the stadium itself, the field looking smooth and veiled from their lofty position. At either end the field stood 3 goal hoops, 50 feet high. Right opposite them, almost at Harry's eye level, was a gigantic blackboard.
Gold writing kept dashing across is a such invisible kind's hand, where Rowling opened the blackboard and then whipping it off again. Watching it, Harry saw that it was flashing advertisements across the field. The Blue Bottle, a broom for all the family, safe, reliable, and with built-in anti-burger, base, Mrs. Shower's all-purpose magical mess remover. No pain, no stain. Gratrix Wizardrova, London, Paris, Hogsmeade. Harry tore his eyes away from the sitting and looked over his shoulder to see who else was sharing the box with them. So far it was empty except for a tiny creature sitting in the second from the last seat at the end of the row behind them. The creature, whose legs were so short they stuck out in front of it on the chair, was wearing a tea towel draped like a toga, and it had its face hidden in these hats. Yet those long, bat-like eyes were oddly familiar. "Dobby?" said Harry і incredulously. The tiny creature looked up and stretched its fidget, revealing enormous brown ears and nose, the exact size and shape of a large tomato. It wasn't Dobby, it was, however, unmistakably a house elf, as Harry's friend Dobby had been. Harry had sought Dobby free from his old owner, the Malfoy family. Did she just call me Dobby? Squawked the elf curiously from between its fingers. Its voice was higher even than Dobby's had been, a teeny, quavering squeak of a voice, and Harry suspected such it was very hard to tell with a house elf, that this one might just be family. Ron and Hermione spun around in their seats to look. Such they had heard a lot about Dobby from Harry. They had never actually met him. Even Mr. Weasley looked around in interest. Sorry, Harry told the elf. I just thought you were someone I knew. But I know Dobby to see, squawked the elf. She was shielding her face as such blinded by light such the top box was not brightly lit. My name is Winky, sir, and you, sir. His dark brown ears widened to the size of side plates as they rested upon Harry's scar. You is surely Harry Potter. Yeah, I am, sighed Harry.
But Dobby talks of you all the time, sir, she said, lowering her hands very shieldily and looking awestruck. How is she? Said Harry. How's freedom suiting him? Oh, sir, said Vicky, shaking her head. Oh, sir, meaning no described, sir. But it's so not sure. You did Dobby a favor, sir, when you are setting him free. Why, said Harry, taken aback. What's wrong with him? Freedom is going to Dobby's head. Sir, said Vicky sadly, it is above his stadium. Sir, can't get another position, sir. Why not, said Harry. Vicky lowered her voice but by a half octave and whispered, he is waiting playing for his work, sir. Paying? Said Harry blankly. Well, why shouldn't he be paid? Vicky looked quite horrid at the idea and closed her fingers shieldily so that her face was half hidden again. House elves is not paid, sir, she said in a muffled squeak. No, 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 I says to Dobby, I said, go find yourself a nice family and settle down, Dobby. He is getting up to all sorts of high junk. Sir, what is undercoming to a house elf? You go racketing around like this, Dobby. I says, and next things, I hear yours up in front of the Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures. Like Common's gobbling. Well, it's about time he had a bit of fun, said Harry. House elves is not supposed to have fun, Harry Potter, said Winky firmly. From behind her hands, house elves does what they is told. It is not licking cakes at all. Harry Potter, she glanced toward the edge of the box and gulped. But my master sends me to the top box, and I comes here. Why'st he sent you up here, if he knows you don't like heights? Said Harry, flowing. Master, wants me to save him a seat. Harry Potter, "He is very bossy," said Winky, tittling her head towards the empty space beside her. "Winky is wishing she is back in the master tent, Harry Potter, but Winky does what is she told. Winky is a good house elf." She gave the edge of the box another fringier look and hid her eyes completely again. Harry turned back to the others. "So that's a house elf," Ron muttered. "Wait things, aren't they?" "Dobby was waiter," said Harry fervently.
Ron pulled out his binoculars and started testing them, staring down into the ground of the other side of the stadium. "Will he?" said twitching the reply knob of the side. "I can make that old bloke down the pick his nose again and again and again." Hermione Manfield was skimming early, though her well-doctored, tesselled program. "A display from the damn mascots will preside the match," she read aloud. "Oh, that's always worth watching," said Mr. Weasley. "National teams bring creatures from their native land, to put on a bit of a show." The box filled gradually around over the next half-hour. Mr. Weasley kept shaking hands with people who were obviously very important wizards. Percy jumped to his feet so often that he looked as though he were trying to sit on a hedgehog. When Cornelius Fudge, the Master of Magics himself, arrived, Percy bowed so low that his glasses fell off and shattered. Highly embarrassed, he repeated them with his wand as thereafter remained his seat. Growing jealous looks at Harry, who Cornelius Fudge has greeting like an old friend. They had met before, and Fudge shook Harry's hand in fatherly fashion, asked how he was, and introduced the wizards on as the side of him. "Harry Potter, he told the Bulgarian Mr. Loudly, who was wearing splendid robes of the black velvet trimmed with gold and didn't seem to understand a word of English. Harry Potter come on now. You know who he is. The boys who served, you know who. You do know who he is." The Bulgarian wizards suddenly spotted Harry's scar and started gobbling loudly at accidentally pointing at it. "Now that is the end," said Fudge wearily to Harry. "I'm no great shakes at language. I need Barty Crouch for this sort of thing. I see his house elf saving him a seat. Good job too. Those Bulgarian blighers he been trying to catch at
best place. And Lucius. Harry, Ron, and Hermione turned quickly, angling along the second row to the still empty seat right behind Mr. Weasley, where none other and Dobby, the house elves, former owners. Lucius Malfoy, his son Draco, and woman Harry supposed must be Draco's mother.